Jai Avaloknath, Jai Avaloknath, Jai Avaloknath. To begin with, we will just do a few minutes of quiet time. And by quiet time, I mean just trying to collect ourselves. I've shared with you many occasions that one of the most important skills that we all need to learn in life is how we can stop, how we can pause, how we can create a conscious break and prepare our disorderly mind, our disorderly body, our disorderly environment, everything in a disorder, how we can bring about a kind of a quiet order in it. Because whatever we want to achieve in life, we all know that one of the most important things in life is to bring order to life. Because it comes out of integration. So, as people gradually join in, try to understand that we all can, in the meantime, kind of close our eyes and just try to bring our mind and body into a harmonic state where we'll be able to feel our body, feel our breaths, feel the thoughts and its consequent feelings in our body mind. Just closing our eyes gives an opportunity to us to bring our outbound flow of energy, which is dissipation of energy, which is just going away from us. It's how we are bringing that dissipating energy back to its source so that they are not wasted, so that they are collected to a space where it can gradually create the power that comes out of conservation of energy. When you try to meditate, you are basically encouraging the philosophy that you must have heard. What happens to you when you conserve energy instead of wasting it? So when we are trying to meditate, even if the mind is going everywhere, even if there is so much of restlessness inside of you, no problem. Let the effort be sincere to just be a keen observer. Just trying to observe your body, observe your mind, observe your breaths for a few minutes. Because you all know that it is confirmed and affirmed by the modern science. And it simply baffles all the best of the physicists and scientists to just realize this fact, how the observer element plays such an important role in this universal, beautiful drama of life. When you observe something, the observed changes. That means when you are observing your breath, the rhythm of your breath changes. When you are observing your mind with closed eyes, The same thoughts come and go, but the moment you start observing them without any judgments, they start to gradually leave you, creating space for some other thoughts to come and take and occupy that space. So it's a beautiful process in which your sheer observation, your sheer witnessing creates a magic in the field of your energy, vibrations, and frequencies. Thereby, it grants to you that which you are seeking in life, and which is nothing but peace, happiness, health. This grants instantaneously, this creates a state of relaxation for your physical body. It instantaneously creates a beautiful rhythmic pattern of your breathing. And as the breathing becomes more and more rhythmic, when you are observing your breaths, you start to experience that even your mind, which has been just all over, is gradually calming down. And you know, when the mind calms down, the breaths becomes little rhythmic, slowed down. Even the brain waves also slows down. When the brain waves, which is restless and so much stress, anxiety, fears, when it's making so much of it, you are basically gradually calling it back to you and create a new pattern in your mind which can continuously gift you with an energy which is just beautiful. You love it, you enjoy it, and it's all your self creation. You are creating it. You are basically gifting it to your meditation is the finest gift that you can give to yourself. Your prayerfulness is the finest gift that you can give to yourself. Your sense of gratitude and gratefulness and expression of gratitude and gratefulness is again a gift to yourself first, because you create a beautiful kind of a energy which you enjoy first. Today, I want you to just gradually feel that silence for a few seconds by closing your eyes and observing your breaths, witnessing how the breath comes in with each incoming breath into your body, and how the breath leaves your body as you breathe out. But you are conscious that you are breathing in and that you are breathing out. You are just observing your breaths. The same regular, natural breaths. You are not controlling your breaths. You're just observing it, watching with your mind. And if the mind moves, no problem. Just see where it goes. Become aware, become mindful. Lovingly bring your mind back to your breaths. Enjoy these few seconds of your efforts to be effortless, of your effort to do without doing. It is. It's so easy. It is so easy. Because here you are not trying to do any particular difficult technique. It's simple. You're just observing your breaths. And if the mind goes anywhere, no problem. You're bringing the mind back to your breaths. And you're doing it and trying to reach a stage where you suddenly find you reach a space where you don't see any efforts on your part. It's as if you are effortless. You're so relaxed, so quiet, so beautiful. So just enjoy these few moments of mindfulness, mindful observation, mindful surfing of your breaths, and thank the whole universe for the gift of these breaths, which is keeping you and I and all of us alive this moment to join this beautiful evening session of collective meditation globally. You all are sitting at different parts of the world. And together, we are trying to bring all these minds together at one space with a very deep sense of gratitude, love, healing. Because our planet needs so much healing this moment. Humanity needs healing, and nothing heals as meditation. It just heals. It heals the one who is meditating, and it heals those who are receiving the vibrations of your meditation. Because in meditation, you are not worrying. You're not fighting with your anxieties. You're not trying to solve any problems. In meditation, you are just trying to do nothing but simply witnessing, observing, and trying to find the center of your being. So it's a shift from doing to being, from ego to mind that is pristine, from the shadowic existence to vibrant, real existence of your being. A shift. Gradually feel the environment around and thank God, thank everybody, and express your gratitude, send forth your healing. Assure yourself that all is well, all is well, all is well. Everything is good. Everything is taken care by the divine. Everything is taken care by the universal intelligence, which is absolute justice. We may not see justice in this world, but the universe has its own justice. But we can tune with the justice of the universal only through our quiet, calm mind, in perfect balance and harmony with the universal self or the universal energy or intelligence, whatever way you put it. So first and foremost, we need to bring order into our life. Disorder in our life can only lead to despair, frustrations, anxiety, stress. Order can always bring to us all the benedictions, all the blessings, all the grace of the great masters of the divine, of all that is positive. So you can gradually open your eyes, and now let us talk a few words about something that I wanted to share with you today. It's all about our expectations. Today morning, in my morning musings that I shared in my Facebook page and also in my WhatsApp broadcast, I kind of shared this feeling that much of our miseries in our day-to-day life comes due to the fact that we expect too much from others. Particularly, we expect too much from those with whom we are directly related. More so in those people in whom we have invested a lot of our emotions. That's where we get locked. Because the moment we start investing our emotion into any individual person or anything for that matter, unknowingly, unconsciously, we are basically creating a kind of a mindset where expectation starts to grow inside of us from the other person. Because nature has provided all our sense perceptors outside of us. It's open outside, so we can only see the other. And quite naturally, it's so easy to judge others. And quite naturally, it's so easy for us to survive in this planet. We need the dependence, we need the support, we need to have that emotional support from others, and naturally the dependence will automatically come. So what I would personally try to share with you this evening is a very, very clear understanding as to why do you think globally, all over the world, one of the major problems that we all are facing in this world today is relationship management. When it comes to relationship, we are not good managers. We are failing. And it's because, knowingly or unknowingly, without putting our own house in order, we have started over expecting from others with whom we are directly related. And if they don't fulfill our desires, if they don't fulfill our expectations, if they don't come up to our expectations, individually, personally, we take it. And individually and personally, we try to victimize ourselves first. Because of this simple thing that I find is that if due to any reasons where the relationship is strained, it's not in harmony, it's not in balance, if there is a kind of a tug of war of the power of control, the question is very, very deep that what am I truly expecting in life? Is it that the other person or the other things or the other circumstances in my life, if they all change, then my life will be so much more better, beautiful? But why do I make this fundamental mistake? This fundamental mistake in my perception of life. And that is, if I am expecting so much from others, am I also coming up to the expectations of all others in the same pattern as I am expecting from others? If I am expecting something from X, for example, X also would expect so much from me. And I don't know whether I'm really, really good enough for X. If I'm doing enough for X, if X thinks that I am also fine as per his or her expectations, no, it doesn't happen. We are continually judging. And in that particular state of our judgmental mindset, we don't understand one thing, that we are simply chasing a shadow. You know, in Durga Saptashati, that is in Chandi, there's a beautiful verse which the rishis, the great sages, are praying to Divine Mother and trying to say who the Divine Mother is. And there they pray to Mother and say, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chaya Rupena Sangastite. You know what's the meaning of Chaya? Chaya means shadow. So the rishis, the great sages, are saying, oh, the Mother Divine, you are shadow in all the elements of Mother Nature. Oh gosh, what's this? Ma, the Divine Mother, she's shadow? What do you mean? Chaya Rupena Sangastita. Chaya is shadow. That's exactly the scientists also tell us. All the scientists all over the world have come to the conclusion that there is no matter at all. It's all pure energy vibrations, and it is nothing but space. Where is matter? If I'm expecting something from someone, that someone is nothing but matter to me, it's a chaya. It's not kaya, it is not real. Kaya is real, chaya is shadow. But we are continuously being groomed from our early childhood to take the shadow as real and the real as shadow. Chaya as kaya and kaya as chaya. That's where we are stuck. We can't come out of it. We identify others as flesh and blood and bones and material physical body. But we cannot go beyond the skin to see what is there inside. What animates this particular body or that particular thing or that particular thing? We don't think about it. So all our relationships are surface to surface, periphery to periphery, body to body. Obviously, we are going wrong. Our perception is peripheral perception. Our perception is circumferential perception. We are only seeing the outer cluster, which is chaya, which is shadow, not real. So all our judgments are based on perception of shadow as real. Obviously, just imagine what can happen. We are stumbling everywhere. We can't understand why the other person is behaving like this. Because we are only looking at the outer surface of that person. We can't penetrate inside the skin to go to that particular center where the soul lies. And we do not know what the soul is basically trying to project, what the soul is trying to act, what the soul is trying to reach, why the soul is different from all others, why the soul is not fulfilling my expectations. We can't go deep into the soul content of a person to understand the soul's language and the soul's purpose of that person to be born on earth. And this soul is also identified with the body, is identified with the mind, is identified with all the concept and notions, and just struck on the surface, chaya, the shadow part, the outer part. Chaya, Madeline is asking a very beautiful question, which comes from the Vedantic philosophy. Is chaya the same as the mithya? Chaya is shadow. Mithya is also untruth. Obviously, shadow is untruth. And what do you mean by untruth? And what do you mean by mithya? What do you mean by chaya? You mean a simple thing. What you are thinking about a person is not what that person is. What you are thinking about a particular object is not what that object is. It may be a beautiful tree, but what you are seeing is not just a tree. You are seeing a beautiful flower, but that flower is not what you are seeing as flower. The flower is many million other things, but you can't see them because you are seeing only the mithya part. You are only seeing the shadow part. You are seeing only the outer part. You can't see billion other things that ultimately constitute that flower, constitute that particular object, constitute that particular person. You can't see that because your eyes are not trained to penetrate through the cluster of the matter, to go deep into the energetic form, the vibratory form, the light form, the soul, which is totally different from what you see that person behaving. The soul is love. The soul is ever in peace. The soul is always having equivision, no differentiation, discrimination. The soul is full of love and compassion and forgiveness. We don't have that because we are all identified with the mithya part, with the chaya part, with the illusion part, with the ignorance part, with the conditioned mind part. So as long as we are continuously with our conditioned mind, means whatever we are fed into the mind, we are seeing through that. So we judge persons only on the basis of that. Why he is not doing what I want? Why she is not doing what I want? But we never understand one thing, that I may expect million things from the other person, but the other person can also expect trillion things from me. And who knows who is going to fulfill whose desires ultimately to make a perfect harmonic relationship. This is absolutely impossible. So our expectations are all based on mithya. Our expectations are basically chasing shadows. Our expectations are basically standing thirsty in a desert where we have been walking and walking and walking in a desert, and we are thirsty and we look for water all around, and suddenly I see water. Suddenly I see water. And then I start to run towards that water, expecting there is water, expecting it will quench my thirst. So I walk, I run, I walk, I'm tired, but still I keep persevering to reach. And what happens? That mithya, that chaya keeps moving away from me. The mirage keeps moving away from me. It's almost like a dog which is going round and round to catch its tail. And it can't catch. It goes round and round and round. The dog expects to catch the tail, but it cannot. The thirsty man in the desert thinks that is the water, but the thirst remains. Water never comes to his hand. That's our world of expectations. That's exactly what is happening to you, to me, to each one of us who are living in the world of expecting X will fulfill your desire. Physical, he or she will take care of your physical needs, physical demands, physical desires. X will take care of your emotional needs, emotional desires, emotional cravings, emotional clingings. X will take care of all that you need, intellectual support. X will take care of everything. That's my expectation. And if the X is not able to fulfill according to my set, conditioned, chaya, mithya, elusive expectations, that's it. Relation goes burst. It doesn't. And if at all, take it from me, I have seen. If the relations all over, you see them really going, It's just outer. Take it from it's just outer. It's a show. Even if it is going good, I'm telling you, it's a show. Go deep and you'll find there is so much complaint, so much frustration. If only you could escape, you will just jump out any moment. But society binds you. Marriage as an institution binds you. Law binds you. Society binds you. Your parents bind you. Everybody else is binding you because they want you to be a bonded slave, expecting to be happy, standing in the desert and looking for water, thirsty, and you know the water is there, but your thirst is never quenched. You are 30, even at 60, I will stop you and ask you a question. Madam or sir, are you fine? Did you find water? Do you feel quenched, peaceful, happy, no more regrets, no more any complaints? The other person will say, no, my thirst remains. We call this in Bengali as atripti. Atripti means I'm not tripped, I'm not quenched, I'm not satisfied. Yes, I have been chasing and chasing and chasing all my life. I expected from my mother, I expected from my father, I expected from all my relations, I expected from my spouse, I expected from my children, I expected from my bosses, I expected from my colleagues, I expected from everybody around in this world. Damn, nobody could give me what I wanted because I know deep inside my quenching is not happening. I am still thirsty and thirsty and thirsty. I still feel I'm standing in the desert and I'm looking for water. And I see water, but I don't feel satisfied. My point is, I'm trying to paint to you today exactly the nature of what expectation is and how expectation makes you toys and play according to the tunes of its own concepts, ideas, ideologies, philosophies, notions, which are stuffed into the brain as your brain pattern, as your behavioral pattern, as your emotional pattern, as your mental pattern. You are bound by it and you keep on expecting and you keep on being thirsty. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chaya Rupena Sangastita. Expecting from Chaya. Who is expecting? Chaya is expecting from Chaya. Periphery is expecting from periphery. Husband is a body, wife is a body, body is expecting from the body, and the body is non-existent because there is no body at all. There is nothing but space, energy, vibration, light, being, human being, not human body, human being. Body has come, tomorrow body will die. But being remains, continues. Yes, Niranjanama, Baba, expectation itself is the mirage then. No doubt about it. No doubt, because that is the only way the mother can keep the child playing this game of life, this drama of our samsara. Otherwise, you will not produce children. Otherwise, you will not go to marry and accept the institution of this marriage, legal. You will not go. If you are not, the mothers cast this spell, hypnotic spell over all of humanity, all humans. Sanmohitam Devi Samastametyat. Sanmohitam Devi Samastametyat. You have cast a spell over all of humanity. What is this spell? Sanmohan. That means it is like a hypnotic spell. Spell of what? We are accepting chaya as kaya. We are accepting mithya as satya. We are accepting unreal as real. We are accepting mirage as water. Imagine what can happen to us. Now you tell me, is it right on your part to expect happiness in your life? Just tell me. Just tell me. Is there anybody who can, unwrap a gift pack and give you the happiness? This is to me, it doesn't make sense. Sorry, it doesn't make sense. Periphery to periphery, what I feel like? Periphery to periphery is almost like in the kitchen, in the sink, when you have quite a few utensils, metal utensils, tongue, 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 tongue. When you are trying to clean them, wash them, do whatever, place them, you'll find so much noise coming forth. Utensils, periphery to periphery, there is noise. So we are very much like those dishes of metals or glass or whatever it is in the sink when we are trying to clean them. This is our relationship. Tongue, 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 tongue. Somebody is asking, Sahil Arora, Divine Mother doesn't listen to me. How do I make her listen to me? Jai Ma, Raj Rajeshwari. She is not listening to you. What can you do? Keep crying. What did you do when you were a small, tiny little child? What did you do to your mom? When she said, no, I'm not going to give you. What did you do? No, please give, please give. You went on and on and on, nagging, nagging, nagging your mom. And finally she said, wow, take it, gone. What else can you do? But you don't have that patience even to work with that reality that's the mother. You don't even know the mother exists. It's a fake word. One who knows mother exists would not even ask this question. She doesn't hear. She's the only one who hears. And because she hears in me, I hear a faint echo of true hearing. I know you won't even at times get what I'm trying to say things. So it is Monica is asking then how we find the reality. How we find the reality. Sit quiet, do nothing. Sit quiet, do nothing. Through Monica, I am giving you all my answer. How we find the reality. Simple. Sit quiet, do nothing. Reality cannot be found through doings. When your doings stop, reality happens. When your dreaming stops, you wake up. Finished. As simple as that. Your dream has to end. Then you are awakened. Make sense? We are too obsessed with doings. If I do this, then I'll get that. I'll do Kriya Yoga and then I'll get that ultimate. I'll do this yoga, that yoga. Hatha Yoga. First try to understand. First try to understand. First, try to understand the very simple thing. that you need to bring order to your house, to your home, to your mind. You can't expect anything from anyone until unless your mind is in order. All your expectations will fall flat till you don't bring your mind to a state of calm clarity to see the reality and not keep on fanning your expectation and getting caught up into a mirage of so-called happiness, which is idiotic. Monica, mind has to be calm. Mind cannot be calm because you don't want your mind to be calm. When you are thirsty, you run, find water, and you drink. Till that time, you don't stop. If your mind is not calm, then how is it that you are able to do million other things without your sincerest effort to calm the mind? If the rishis could do it, why can't you do it? If one Buddha could do it, why you and I cannot do it? I cannot do it because I do not have the determination that Buddha had. You cannot do it because you don't believe that you can do it. That's the difference between you and Buddha. You are dependent on your expectations from God, Guru, etc., 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 to deliver to you the gift of enlightenment. You are expecting God and Guru and all the devas and devis and all your pujas and archanas and this chants and that chants and this and that to ultimately grant you. What you do is very simple. Start just observing who is the observer inside. Start doing things, not getting involved into the doing, but feeling the sense of doership as false and witnessing self as the real. That is the kaya, and everything else is chaya. So when it comes to relationship issues, you can't fix it. You can't fix it. Relation issues, you can't so easily fix it because the fixing needs primarily you fixing yourself. It is your problem. Essentially, you are going wrong. That's the reason you are not able to fix the external. The day your insight comes into a state of absolute perception of the true reality, you'll find gradually the color of the world changes completely. And as it happens to all the sages and seers, they see the world no longer as a place of misery. They see the world as a place of mystic expression of that ultimate mysticism. All questions resolved, no answers, only revealed truth that reveals itself. Once we take away these unwanted expectations from our mind. You know, I just heard the other day, Mama, I've been doing the japa for so long, but nothing is happening. Look, this is again expectation. Yesterday, one of the disciples come and tell me, Baba, I have been doing 20,000 japa every day. She lives with her daughter in Bombay. And she said that I do 20,000 japa every day. So everyone, whatever we are doing, we start with the expectations. And that's That's primarily our driving force. If we don't have expectation, we won't even do it. If the person who is trying to be the Olympic gold medalist, if he doesn't expect the gold, he cannot be a gold medalist. Fine, so far so good. But one thing is sure. When you are talking about your expectations of being happy in life, of being healthy in life, of being in harmony with the universe in life, well, you have to wake up. You have to wake up to some higher realities. It is no longer just an effort to do 1 million times that particular skill development of your Olympic gold medal. That is of the physical world. But I'm talking about something. Why you are unhappy in your relationships. That has been my search. Why? Why relationships are falling apart everywhere? Why people are in depression in thousands and in millions all over the world? And go ask all relations. He said this, she said this. He did this, she did this. I didn't expect this. You keep on murmuring inside of you. You keep on grumbling inside of you. But where is the answer for it? Where is the answer for it? How many psychologists do you need in this world? How many therapists do you need in this world? How many doctors do you need in this world? It's a fundamental malady. It's an existential problem. Our civilization is in mess. Our entire human civilization is in total mess. Until such time we take corrective measures at a personal level, I have to do it exclusively for myself. I must first understand the science as to what is this brain functioning about my expectation from everyone around me and everything around me. What is all this happening, and how I can gradually tune my brain, how I can reorganize, rearrange my brain so that I can project that future so strong. In that future, I won't see mirages, but the reality. So please understand one thing, that if you really want happiness in life, you have to be judicious about your expectations. You have to be sincere to yourself. I beg you, please be sincere to yourself. You forget about others. If this moment you die, nobody else will be called to answer what have you done during your sojourn in this particular planet. You are answerable for your happiness or unhappiness, success or failure. You are answerable as to what you have given to others, not what others have given to you. You are answerable only of your karma. No one else come here. Just think about it. Just think about it. If I give you something to eat, do you offer it to somebody else and he or she eats for you? Doesn't. You eat for yourself. You digest it for yourself. You metabolize it for yourself. And that's your energy. Your energy. You eat and then energy comes to you. Your karma and your energy. So you can be rest assured that by throwing the responsibility on others, expecting others to take the blame that so and so is responsible for my unhappiness because that relationship has been so sour from day one, it didn't work. If it didn't work, why are you here? Why don't you find what works? Why don't you try to see what works? If nothing is working, something must be working. In this world, there's a solution for everything. God is not so unkind to create problems and no solutions. Sorry, it doesn't happen. You are not able to see that there are a million other doors through which you can come to that ultimate point where you find peace and blessedness. There is. But you're thinking only one door is there. So you keep knocking on that one door and it keeps you locked. Move. Move in your mind. If you cannot physically move, move in your mind, move in your awareness, move in your consciousness, move in your witnessing self. But don't get stuck. Don't keep on condemning, belittling yourself. Don't say someone is responsible for my unhappiness in life and keep repeating this rubbish, filling every neurons of your brain, every center of your brain with all kinds of negative vibrations. And you forget one thing, whatever you are thinking, that's what you become. As you think, so you become. Yadrishi bhavana yasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. As your bhavana, so is your siddhi. As your thoughts, so is the realization. You keep thinking someone is wrong, someone is wrong, doing wrong to you. You keep thinking someone is wrong, someone is wrong, someone is wrong. Do you think that someone will become right? It doesn't happen. The perception of wrong will get more and more strengthened in you, and you will not only see wrong in this person, you will start seeing wrong in many others also around you, because your perception, your glass will have a wrong power. It won't be able to see things right anymore because too much of wrong judgmental thoughts are occupying your brain space. Simple theory. Because you have replaced right with the wrong. Now, what can you expect from this world? What can you expect from your relationship? You comment says, is it bad to expect anything from the divine? It is not bad to expect anything, not only from divine, it is not bad to expect anything from anyone you live with. Forget about the divine. I am not here to say what is wrong, what is right. I'm just saying, see your own life. Be your own judge. Analyze yourself. Because the rishis have told us one thing, if you're born a human, you have only one task in your life. Atmanam Vidhi. Know thyself. Know thyself. Know yourself. That's all you have come to do in this world. You have not come to set right others. You have not come to completely, save the world. You have not come to take care of everybody else in this world. Just take care of yourself. Charity begins at home. So first set right your compass within you. First set right your brain in order. First set right your inner environment so that the cells can dance and gift you good health and healing. And with that healed mind body, with that healthy mind body, with that healthy mindset, whatever you will do will be magic. You will expect very little from others because you are self-fulfilled. Because your source of happiness is already being discovered inside of you. You are no longer a beggar begging from everybody else for happiness, expecting XYZ to make you happy, which itself is nothing but a beggary and a slavish mentality. You are a glorified slave, a glorified beggar expecting XYZ to make you happy in life. Nobody will make you happy. Only you can make yourself happy, provided you know what is the art of true harmony, peace, joy, love, compassion, forgiveness, fairness. You. Atmanam Vidhi, know thyself, know yourself. Shubhrato De Maiti, this is the last question I'm taking before I say, Baba, sometimes we understand someone is expecting something from us, but not possible to fulfill it because nothing in our hand. It's a feeling of guilty. Feel guilty if you so wish, because that is what your society has taught you to. Your parents have taught you, your teachers have taught you, your society have taught you, your education system has taught you to feel guilty, to be ashamed, because they have all taught you to be peripheral, to be body-minded. They have never taught you to know what is the infinite power that you hold in your mind to give, to fulfill the expectations of everybody, because you do not know deep inside in your own divine self. If you can fulfill the desire of your divine within, you can fulfill the desires of everybody. That's the reason a great rishi just sits doing nothing. Everybody comes, fills their buckets and go away. It's like an ocean, no longer like a small, tiny well which dries up in summer. A sage, you, inside of you, there is a sage, there is a seer, there is a saint who is like an ocean, not like a small, tiny well. You are expecting because you are a well, you are a frog of the well. You are not a frog of the ocean. So, yes, so with these words, I would love to tell you, you can expect, but don't over expect. But before you even expect from anybody else, first make sure that your compass is in right place. Your body, mind, and breath is aligned. You are with yourself. Because if you are not stationed in your right center, anybody can throw you out of gear. Anybody can make you unhappy just one moment. That's the reason I am talking every day to you to come back to yourself. You are too much outer. You are too much dependent on others to make you happy, healthy. But I'm saying no. Only you take the responsibility. This is prime responsibility. I take my responsibility, you take your responsibility. And we will exchange notes. But I can't expect you to make me happy. So thus, I think gradually we can rise above our expectation through daily practice of meditation, of observation. Through daily practice of pure observation, non-judgmental awareness, we can gradually grow out of our conditioned mind of expectations and rise to a state where we don't have any expectation, yet we function all the time to give, because we have so much in abundance. And that is exactly what is an enlightened state is all about. Deep inside, we are enlightened forever. If only we have time to regularly practice to get inside of us and find that eternal fountain or the source from where the true happiness is gushing forth all the time. And it's not out there. It's not with X, it's not with Y, it's not with Z. It's with you deep inside in the fountain of your own beingness. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to sing the glory of the divine, and the glory of the divine, and the glory of the divine.